Hey you guys, it's Bridget, Therese. Welcome to episode number 10. I am with Lisa Moreno of Touch of Artistry Makeup, and she is my makeup sponsor for my show as I prepare and learn all about the makeup side of getting ready for a show. So welcome, Lisa.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here. Yes, this is so good. So on a Sunday, actually, we did a makeup lesson. So the reason I wanted to have Lisa with us today is because we wanted to talk all about show makeup. There's so many things that go into preparing for a show, along with your body, just the fitness and the health and nutrition. But one of the fun parts and the glamorous side of it is the makeup part. So I'm super excited to have Lisa be a part of my journey. And as I was saying, on Sunday we got together and she's teaching me how to do my own makeup. So I'm very excited about that because I'm kind of the person that just slaps it on my face and goes out the door. And then we have Lisa here who, it's like an art to her, and she spends a lot of time with all the details and making everything just perfect. So one of the reasons I wanted to learn how to do my own makeup was I actually learned this from Natalia Castillo, was to be able to not depend on a makeup artist the day of a show because it's high stress. And I know you know me, so when she does my makeup, she knows how I like it, she knows how I want to look, and so we're comfortable together. But if you go out to a different show, you're in a different city, or in this case, Mexico City, I'm not going to know any of the makeup artists, and as you can probably assume, everybody has their own style, so I wanted to have something very unique to me and something that I'm going to be comfortable with, and so that's what I'm learning. So today, she's going to share some tips with us, and if you think any other ladies would find this valuable, please go ahead and share it, and tag your friends, share it with your friends. We're going to talk all about show makeup, a little bit about hair, and what it takes to get ready for that show. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been in makeup, and why do you love it?
So a little bit about me. My name is Lisa Moreno. Hi, everybody. I was born here in Houston, Texas, so been here all my life. The reason I love makeup, so makeup to me goes deeper than anybody can understand. I don't love it just because it makes you feel pretty on the outside, but also on the inside. And I'm not saying to use makeup as like a mask or a shield, but it just gives you that extra, as women, we want to feel powerful, and like, especially when you're on stage, you want to get on stage, feel like you're demanding everybody's presence, and like, hey, this is me, look at me, I've worked hard, and you deserve to kind of have that moment on stage. So that's, I've been doing makeup professionally for about a year, but before that, I've been doing it for maybe like 5 years or so. So
very talented and absolute joy to work with. And today she has put together a guide for us, a free guide, so you guys can learn how to do show makeup for yourselves too. So above the video is a link to click to download it for free. She's giving it to anybody who's interested in it today. So stage makeup, so if you're not competing but you maybe perform on stage, go ahead and click the link. And then one of our viewers says confidence is the word. And I must say, like, when you feel good, like last Sunday I went to a dance class after my makeup was done, and I walked in like I knew how to salsa, and I don't know how to salsa yet, but it just, when you feel pretty on the outside, it just gives you that extra boost of confidence where you're like, okay, I look good, I can take the stage. So that is what we're learning, that's what we're going to talk about today. So one of the questions that I was asked earlier today, because I was talking to some of my friends, I have a lot of friends who compete, and I was like, hey, what would you like to hear us talk about? Let's start with the basics, let's start with the skin. Why do they get the tan? What's with the spray tan? Why are everybody getting sprayed orange and looking like Oompa Loompas?
well, the reason why you get the tan is to show the definition of your body and your muscles, and you're going to be on stage, you're going to have very harsh light on you, so you want to have your muscles and everything that you've worked so hard for pop, so that's the reason for the tan. Yes.
So when you're walking around, and if you've ever been in a fitness competition, you see everybody looking all orange and you're just like a little crazy. One of the things we don't want to do with the tan, so you're going to get sprayed and you're going to look not normal. What about the face?
I recommend you don't get your face tan, especially if it's your first show and it's your first time trying it. You don't want to end up with very blotchy skin, and then you're just, how do I fix this? And piling more makeup on top of that is just going to make it look muddy, and you don't want to risk that on the day of your show.
So get your tans because of the lighting on the stage is so harsh, but you also don't want to spray your face because it's not the same quality as makeup is, and you don't want to have if you've ever seen a show, you don't want to see, sometimes the guys do their face the same color as their body, and all you see is the eyeballs and the teeth. Yes, and so for women especially, you want to be able to use foundation.
And be able to show, like Bridget said, you don't want your face to get lost. You have to keep in mind that when you're on stage, the lighting is so different. It's harsh for a reason. So the whole point of the makeup is to make your features pop out and to use reflective makeup like shimmers and frost finishes to bring out and enhance your face and add to the whole look and tie everything together.
Yeah. So when you are getting your spray tans, then be sure to ask them not to put it on your face. So and then you'll just match it, or your makeup artist will match your foundation. Not match it because you don't want to be the same. This is like one situation where you don't want your face to match your neck. So on an everyday look, you're going to match it to, your skin right here, but on show day, not so much. So she's going to spend time before the show kind of helping me to figure out how to pick the right foundation for the day of the show. And a good suggestion she had, and I'll let you tell it, asking for samples. So talk about that.
So what we were talking about is if you want to try out a foundation shade or a foundation formula, go to Sephora and ask for samples. Don't be scared. That's what they are there for. Why do you want to spend $40 on foundation that's not going to work for you and then you have to return it? So save yourself that trip, get different samples, different colors, test them out and see what's going to work for you. Makeup is not a one-size-fits-all. What might work for me might not work for Bridget, so keep that in mind as well.
Yes, and while we're at it, I do want to mention we are at Chow Salon in Montrose, Houston. They're graciously hosting us today. One of the best hairstylists, according to the Houstonians, so we are thankful to have to be here, and she did my hair. You can't really tell, but it was a disaster. I was tied up on my head this morning, so it looks much better. So they did my hair, and they're letting us do our live show, so a big thank you to them. Thank you, Chow. Jumping back into it, let's talk about show makeup, stage makeup. It's heavy. It's not your everyday look. So how do you make your eyes pop? How do you have that bold, strong look without looking like a drag queen?
So, like I said, keep in mind the stage lights. You have to go a little bit harsher when you're applying your makeup because you want that to pop out. The light is so white, it's going to wash you out. You want to accentuate your eyes, and to do that, I recommend using colors that are going to complement your skin tone or your eye color. So, for example, for Bridget, when I do her makeup, a lot of browns and golds suit her olive skin tone, so that's going to pop out on stage. And bring attention to her face, and it won't get lost on stage.
Yeah. What about like glitter and using, like this last year at Vegas, there's a lot of people, and I don't know if it's just a trend. Maybe you can talk to this, but is glitter eyeshadow a trend right now, or what? Because some girls were using glitter, and Erin and I kind of talked about it afterwards, and we're like, we should probably avoid the glitter and stay more towards the natural looks. What do you think?
I think glitter, a lot of people think that you have to use glitter to make yourself pop, but you can use finely milled pigments or eyeshadows that have frost finishes, that have shimmer finishes. Those kind of finishes will still catch the light like glitter, but it won't be so bam in your face, and it'll give you a more elegant, classy look, which I think is something that you want to convey when you're on stage.
Yeah, that'll probably also help you kind of avoid the drag queen look or the look of overdone. Yeah, so you're already wearing a lot of bling. It's already a lot going on with the Swarovski blinged out bikinis and your clear heels and all the other blinged out accessories. So the last thing you probably need to be blinging out is your eyelids. So let your natural beauty shine through by using more of the natural look. So of course you're going to go darker. So right now she did like an everyday look on me. So you're not obviously going to demonstrate it, but if you were to take my look to a show look, what changes would you make?
I mean, for sure, I would add some eyelashes. I would add more volume to your eyes. Deepen up the crease a little bit with some more browns. Add more of a metallic on the lid, so that way you can catch the light when she's on stage. Deepen up her contour a little bit. Add a little bit of more highlight. You don't want that glittery, bam, Instagram highlight. Yes. We all love that, but not for the stage. We kind of want to keep it more natural. So for that kind of stuff, I would recommend using like a liquid highlighter. That way it's not so chunky, and you have to also keep in mind you're going to be on stage for a few hours, and it's probably going to be a long day. You don't want your makeup to melt off or start running on you when you're on stage.
So we've had a few people jump on and join, so thank you for watching. If you find this valuable, please share it. We were talking about show makeup, stage makeup, makeup for being under the lights, so if you find this valuable, go ahead and share it with your friends or tag a lady who you think would find this interesting. Today I'm with Touch of Artistry Makeup, a local artist here in town that I've been working with and hired for my shoots, hired for my fitness portfolio shoots, and she is also teaching me makeup lessons, so I'm very happy to have her with me today. And another thing I wanted to ask you about is matching your eyeshadow to your outfits. So for me, by the time my show's done and all said and done, I'll have worn 5 outfits in Mexico City. So I know I have colors in my head and I know what they're going to be, and I'll tell you later. But do I need to match my eyeshadow to my outfits?
No, and the reason for that is you're going to be in 4 to 5 different outfits, maybe 3.
Yes.
You don't want
different colors.
You don't want to have like a purple eyeshadow and then let's say you put on a pink or a blue, or you want to keep it neutral just so it can go with everything. And like Bridget mentioned earlier, you're already going to have all this jewelry, all this bling. You want to keep that natural, classic look when it comes to your makeup and not have like purples and all kinds of crazy eyeshadows on your face.
Yeah. So. As far as picking out the color of the eyeshadow, we talked about it a little bit, and then you can also say that it's in your document. So she's giving away a free guide for anybody who's interested in show makeup. So if you want to click the link above this video and download her free guide, she's just giving away all these tips that she wrote out for us. So that's awesome. Thank you for doing that, Mike. I appreciate it. But so let's talk a little bit more, elaborate on the eyes and the colors and me wearing so many different colors. Like how am I going to know what to pick the day of?
So like I mentioned, I like using browns and stuff, and that's because with Bridget it complements her skin tone and her eyes. Browns and darker colors in that family will bring out that eyes, just like for blue eyes, browns would look really good with blue eyes as well. So like she mentioned, I have that on my guide if you want to go ahead and download it. It's free for y'all. Go ahead and use it, get some knowledge out of it.
It's perfect. So what about like blue eyeshadow? Like, is there ever a time you should use blue eyeshadow? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the makeup artists just throw on blue, or they over accentuate smoky eye. Or what about a smoky eye? I want a smoky eye.
You can do a smoky eye. That's the whole point of the show. It's very common to do a smoky eye, but make sure you're using it with the browns and stick with the browns. It's easier to work with a brown. If you go straight with black, it's hard to take away from black as opposed to a brown. So
you can do a smoky eye with the brown colors. You just use the darker browns instead of. Oh, okay, very good. Okay, so let's talk about contouring. So I personally don't wear liquid foundation, but on my show I will be. So contouring to me seems like it's all of a sudden like a huge fad and one of the big trends. So maybe just use my face as an example and kind of point out how or where you contour.
So for contouring, there's a little trick that you start from the top of the ear here and you kind of angle it down towards the bottom of where the mouth ends. So you're going to follow that line right there. Also, another trick that a lot of people like to do is to suck in their mouth. So you'll notice right there, it kind of hollows out for you, and that's a little cheap guide right there. So those are 2 tricks that you can use, starting from the top of the ear here, and then it just angles down to the mouth. That's where the contour and the hollow of the cheek is.
Okay, and then where else?
Also you're gonna contour wherever, like on the hairline right here, because you want all of that to tie in together. You don't want to just have a flat white face. When you're putting on foundation, it's taking away the dimensions of your face. So that's the point of highlighting and contouring. You're bringing back life to the face. So areas that I like to contour obviously are along the cheeks, the temples, a little bit on the forehead, just to blend everything together. And for the stage, I don't know if you would want to contour your nose, but some people like to contour the sides of their nose just to bring a little bit more dimension back into the face.
So when she was talking about that on Sunday when I had my lesson, one of the steps was I put all of my foundation on and I looked up in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I look like Michael Jackson. And it was just like flat white. So I kind of had a panic moment. I'm like, I can't look like this. Fix me, fix me. But then as soon as she started adding like the little contour here, all of a sudden I had cheeks again, the bronzer. And then we call this what, the T-zone?
Yeah, the T-zone.
We did the T-zone, and then it was crazy. She just added stuff around here, and all of a sudden my face came back. And I was like, oh, look at that. So it's contouring is like magic. And that's one of the big things that I want to learn for show is contouring. So we have your eyes, adding the lashes. Let's talk about eyebrows, because eyebrows are such a big fad right now. There's blading, there's gels, there's so much going on with eyebrows. Like I saw something today where a meme said I wiped her eyes and her eyebrows came off too. So like Instagram eyebrows are out of control. So talk to me.
So
what
for
happened?
eyebrows are very important. They frame your face. So keep in mind again, you're going to be on stage. This light is going to wash you out. You don't want to look like you're missing your eyebrows, and then it's like, where are these girls' eyebrows? So you definitely want to fill them in. I recommend using a gel. The Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade is really good, or if you want to keep them more on the lower end, there's Milani, there's NYX. There's so many brands out there that are affordable, and just as well as the higher end brands that you can use to fill in, your eyebrows. So the reason for the pomade, they're water resistant, they'll last longer, you're going to be out on stage for hours. So the key to your makeup is using stuff that's going to last long. So anything that's waterproof, anything that's long lasting, anything that, especially you don't use anything with SPF. The last thing you want is to have a picture taken and you have a white face. SPF causes you to have that white cast, so you don't want that.
Okay. So you're gonna just put a regular lotion under and then
just a moisturizer.
Well, if you're on stage, you don't need SPF.
No, some people like to just because it's part of their everyday routine. Okay. But just keep in mind, SPF does cause flashbacks, so you don't want any of that.
It does. Okay. Okay. Well, we've had a lot of people watching. Thank you so much for watching today. If you find this valuable, we are talking about show makeup and the ins and outs of makeup from day to actual show and being on stage. So if you find this valuable, go ahead and share it. One of the other things I wanted to ask you about, and you were just talking about it and made me think of it, but there's such a wide spectrum of makeup products, makeup prices, quality, prices, middle, like where do like I can't afford the $1,000 foundation, but I also, is the $3 foundation bad? Help me find a middle ground to.
So I am a makeup junkie. I love makeup, whether it's ELF, NYX, Anastasia, ColourPop, all brands. I love every brand. I don't see a price point, but sometimes the higher end foundations might not work as well as one that's like $10 or something. I really like Milani's a really good brand and it's affordable. So if you don't want to spend so much, again, go to Sephora and ask them for samples.
Yes, I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, some brands, I'm like Walgreens, sometimes if you buy something and it doesn't work out for you, you can return it. Don't be ashamed to return it. If it's not going to work for you, then why keep it? So,
when I first started paying attention to makeup, and maybe 10 years ago, I felt like MAC and Clinique were the only makeups that there were. Yeah. So now there's so many to choose from. If you go into Walgreens on the corner of Health and Happiness, it's almost like walking into a cosmetic department. There's so many things to choose from. So do you just kind of have to try things? Like how do you?
Use the internet. The internet is a very big research tool and it's free. So I like to sometimes do reviews on things before I buy them. Yeah. So sometimes I'll YouTube them, and there's lots of first impressions on products. There's people who do blogs on makeup, and that's all they do is they buy makeup and try it on and share that knowledge with other people so they are aware of how that product works, how they like it, and the benefits and the cons of that type of product. So I would say do your research if you don't want to just go out there and buy so much stuff and then figure out what you're going to do with it if it doesn't work out for you.
Perfect. That's excellent advice. I just had a thought and I lost it because I got excited. But let's talk a little bit about basic everyday makeup. For you personally, do you go out every single day with a lot of makeup on? No, not a lot, like your face done.
There's times where I just don't want any makeup on.
Really?
I enjoy rubbing my eyes freely and just being able to rub my eyebrows or something, I enjoy that. I like sometimes just put my hair up in a bun and not worry about anything. But there is times when you like to, doll up, put on the extra eyelashes, that highlighter, and all that, and do your makeup.
So what are your must-haves? If you're gonna go out, what do you have to have?
My must-have. Well, now that I have my eyebrows microbladed.
Oh, you did do that. They look very nice.
I don't have to do them anymore. So
really,
thank you. Yes.
Tell me about microblading, just real quick.
So microblading is a process. It's not a tattoo. Think of it as henna. It's temporarily. They use a small tool that has a needle-like, like an end. So they pretty much go in and shape that your eyebrow for you, and they deposit color in there. So over time, this color is going to fade, but I mean, it's nice to wake up in the morning and not have to do my eyebrows.
That is nice. That's awesome. So how long does it last?
It lasts about a year if you take care of it.
There you go. So she always has her eyebrows on. Lips, eyeshadow, mascara.
Mascara is my must, for sure. Sometimes you just pop that on, go out, and it'll still make you look more awake and bright. So. Lips, I like lips if I'm going out. Sometimes I like to do really dark colors. I love colors, so dark colors are my favorites, my go-tos.
Follow her on Instagram at Touch of Artistry Makeup. She posts a lot of really cool pictures of herself and the makeup she does, and also her clients. So I'll add her Instagram link up once we're done here. But what time are we at? We are at 7:22, so we've had a good run. Any last tips, advice? What do you recommend? Talk to us.
Okay, so what I recommend is if you're kind of new and this is your first competition, what I really recommend is research the venue. There's lots of models and fitness competitions that have gone on before in that venue, and research the lighting. How is the lighting? Look at other girls' makeup and how, take tips from there. Yeah. And that's kind of how to start. Like I said, you kind of have to research and see what you're getting yourself into, and that way you're more familiar with.
So when you say research the lighting, that's to just see...
Yeah, just to see, is it coming overhead? Do you need to enhance, your eyes more? Or is it coming from direct light? Or, those kind of methods, I think, would work.
Yeah, so if you have a light coming down, and you can kind of even see with the lighting in here, so it makes my eyes look real dark, and then my nose is all white, and I'm if you can see, I'm Bobby to try and find the best light for my face. But it makes a difference. So is there videos then that you can watch to learn that? Because that's something I would never know.
There's lots of YouTube videos, so use that to your advantage. Go to YouTube. I know there's, I can't think of her name right now, but she posted a series on how to do your makeup for fitness competition, and she broke it down by eyes, by lips, by foundation, and all that stuff. So I can't remember her name, but yeah, use YouTube and Google that the venue as well. YouTube, I'm sure there's videos, and so you can get familiar with what you need to do and how to enhance your features.
Perfect. So let's talk about hair real quick. I know hair's not your forte, but what do you? If you don't, do you mind? You don't mind talking about hair, right? My hair's kind of tickling me right now. Do you recommend changing your hair up and switching it for the different outfits, or throw it up, leave it down, straight, curlies?
I would say curly, but maybe that's my personal preference.
I'm leaning towards
curly. Kind of gives you that bigger volume, and everything's bigger in Texas, so we kind of like that big hair.
We do like that big hair, man.
And it gives you more volume. If it's just straight, you're just gonna look kind of crazy. You want that volume to add to the whole package. You've worked. Thank you. You've worked so hard, to show off your body. So have some fun with it. Go all out. Get that big hair.
Glamorous. Yeah. I've been growing mine out. I'm trying to.
It is long.
It's getting long. So figure Mexico City. I want to keep up with the Latinas and have that long, nice hair. So I'm working on it. I haven't gotten a cut in a little while. We won't say how long. But awesome. So if you guys enjoyed the show today as much as I have, and thank you so much for being here and being a big part of my journey, please go ahead and share this show. Tag a friend, tag somebody who you think would find this valuable. I want to say a big shout out to Fitness Universe for sharing this and helping us spread the word about fitness competitions. And it's such a healthy hobby for women to get into, healthy if you do it the right way. Do your research on your coaches, in your nutrition, your exercise programs. But it's really an empowering event, and have enjoyed being in it and involved in the fitness industry for the last about 7 years or so. So thank you to Fitness Universe for having this, sharing our posts, and the others who have shared it. And thank you to Lisa. As we mentioned, she has the free guide that she's giving out today for anybody who's interested in learning how to do their show makeup. She's got a lot of great tips in there. So all you got to do is click the link, and we'll send that over to you. But thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again next week. I will have Christian in town with me this next week, so maybe I'll do something fun with him and get him on my show. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and we will talk to you next time. Thanks, guys.